The late afternoon light of early November struggled through the single, slightly grimy window of Owen's apartment, painting the cramped living space in weak strokes of gray and pale gold. Outside, the Minneapolis air held the sharp, metallic promise of a winter that always seemed to arrive too soon and linger too long. Owen sat hunched slightly in his worn armchair, the cheap fabric rough against his sweater, cradling a mug of steaming Earl Grey tea. The heat seeped into his palms, a small, tangible comfort against the persistent chill that found its way through every minuscule crack in the old building's facade. He was trying to lose himself in the quiet ritual, the scent of bergamot a temporary balm against the low hum of anxiety that had become his constant companion. The phone, resting silently on the scarred wooden end table beside him, suddenly shattered the fragile peace with its insistent, jarring ring. Owen flinched, the unexpected noise amplifying the tension coiled in his shoulders. He glanced at the screen. Dad. A familiar knot tightened in his stomach, a complex tangle of residual affection, weary obligation, and a growing sense of unease he couldn't quite articulate. He let it ring twice more, gathering himself, before hitting the speaker button. No point in holding the cold plastic to his ear. Distance felt safer these days. Owen? His father's voice came through, deceptively light, almost breezy. The kind of tone he used when asking for a small, inconsequential favor, or delivering news he wanted to minimize. Hi, Dad, Owen replied, keeping his own voice level, neutral. He took a slow sip of tea, the warmth fortifying. Listen, son, his father began, the casualness already setting Owen's teeth on edge. About Thanksgiving. We were talking, your mother and I. A pause, pregnant with unspoken calculations. Owen waited, the silence stretching thin. We just think, well, things have been a bit tense lately, you know? With Ethan settling into his new project. The hesitation around the word project was telling. Ethan's projects were notorious black holes for optimism and, more tangibly, money. So maybe it's better if you just stay put this year. Keep things peaceful. Stay put. The words landed like small, cold stones in Owen's chest. Not, we'll miss you, or, it's difficult, but just a simple, functional instruction. Stay put. Like telling a piece of furniture it wasn't needed in the current arrangement. Peaceful. For whom? Certainly not for him. Peace for Ethan, the perennial prince whose delicate sensibilities required the family orbit to adjust constantly, lest his fragile ego be disturbed. Peaceful, Owen echoed, the word tasting like ash in his mouth. He couldn't keep the flatness out of his voice. So I'm uninvited for Ethan's peace? Now, don't make it sound like that, Owen. His father's voice sharpened slightly, the faux casual veneer cracking. That familiar edge of impatience, the implication that Owen was, as always, being difficult, overly sensitive. It's just one holiday. Easier this way, less friction, you understand. Owen didn't understand. Or rather, he understood all too well. He was the reliable, steady, absent son, the one who paid the bills when asked, and often when not, the one who listened patiently to endless monologues about Ethan's brilliance and misfortunes, the one expected to quietly accept his peripheral role. Until now. This casual dismissal, this prioritizing of Ethan's ephemeral peace over his presence at a family tradition, felt different, colder, more final. Right, Owen said, the single word heavy with everything he wasn't saying. Easier. Got it. Good lad, his father said, relief flooding his tone, eager to disengage now that the unpleasant task was done. We'll talk soon, okay? Love you. The line clicked dead before Owen could muster a response, leaving only the faint hum of the speakerphone echoing in the quiet room. Owen stared at the phone, the black screen reflecting his own blank expression. He placed his mug down on the table with a soft clink, the tea suddenly tasting bitter. Stay put. The phrase reverberated in the silence. It wasn't just about Thanksgiving. It was a confirmation of his status, useful when needed, disposable when inconvenient. A familiar unease, sharper this time, prickled at the back of his mind. It had been growing for months, a vague sense of financial discrepancy he'd tried to ignore, attributing it to his own fatigue or disorganization. His father's casual mention of Ethan's project, coupled with this dismissal, something felt fundamentally wrong. He'd been sending money home regularly, significant amounts, especially last winter for the exorbitant heating bills his parents had claimed they couldn't manage. Where had it all really gone? He'd always taken their explanations at face value. Rising costs, unexpected repairs, mom's medication copays. But the image of Ethan, perpetually launching ill-conceived ventures funded by parental indulgence, cast a long shadow. Driven by a sudden cold clarity, Owen walked over to his small desk, pushing aside a stack of mail. He powered on his aging laptop, the machine whirring to life with a protesting groan. Waiting for it to boot felt interminable. The weak afternoon light was fading fast now, plunging the room into deeper shadow. He navigated to his online banking portal, his fingers slightly stiff, his breath held tight in his chest. He logged in, the familiar interface appearing on the screen. Account balance, lower than expected, significantly lower. He scanned the recent transactions, his eyes moving quickly down the list. Utility bills, rent, groceries, the usual outflows. Then he saw them. Small, recurring debits, $50 here, $75 there, listed under a cryptic payee name, EF Family Cord. He didn't recognize it. He clicked for details. The description read, Monthly Contribution, Family Fund. Family Fund. Owen frowned, leaning closer to the screen. He hadn't authorized any such fund. He certainly hadn't agreed to monthly contributions. He scrolled back through months of statements. There it was again. And again. Little bites taken out of his account, consistently, for nearly a year. It wasn't a huge amount each time, but cumulatively,